Welcome back, guys, to Doki Doki Purist mod. Now, I am still a bit livid about what happened at the end of the last episode. And also, because I didn't upload a video last night, that's why this episode is going to be an hour-long episode to make up for missing last night as well as the night before. So, we continue on. We just got that horrible email sent to my phone about the rumors now circulating that I cut myself. And now Yuri's about to receive that email, so this is not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty at all. My insides tie up into a knot as I hear Yuri's phone vibrate.
Bzzz. It seems I have a notification as well.
I don't have time to decide whether or not this is a good decision, but I rush to grab the phone from Yuri before she could turn on the screen. Yuri is confused, but I hardly pay attention to that as I go as quickly as I can to delete the email she just got. Friendly message from the student body, right?
Hey, G, what are you doing with my phone?
A few swipes and it's gone, as if it never existed. As if. Now I just need to come up with an excuse. Sorry, it was a spam email. I got one with the same title just a minute ago, so I thought that you had been sent the same one. It seems my hunch was right too. Yuri looks skeptical.
Really?
Yes, really. I promise, Yuri. It's nothing to worry about.
You're absolutely sure?
I am. I've already messed up. I'm already going to face the consequences of this soon enough.
H.E.?
It was nothing important. Plus, if I seriously wanted to pull something with your phone, it would have taken me longer than 3 seconds to do so.
You're acting suspicious, H.E. I think even you realize that.
Let's just move on, okay? There's nothing to get worked up over, so why should we waste any time doing so? But I know I can't do that. I know it's not going to be the same after reading that email. I don't think anything will be the same after reading that email. It's Monday. Time to face the music. So far, Yuri hasn't figured out anything about the chain email that's already spread across the school. But it's only a matter of time. And once she does find out... I mean... as messed up as that email was, it was truth. And... well, the part about Yuri cutting herself is, anyway, but... and once she finds out, she might start doing it excessively. I want to expunge this before Yuri ever catches on. I don't even think I can, but I have to try. I can't stand to see her face when she realizes. I know exactly how that conversation will go down. My phone buzzes with a text from Yuri. I didn't see you in our usual place. Are you going to school today? I did rush to school today when I think about it. I slide down to my seat, tapping out a brief response. Yeah, I needed to take care of some business with the teacher before class. Sorry.
Alright. I love you, Eiji.
I stuff the phone back into my pocket and exhale softly. I have my plan. Find the source of the email first off. And if my instincts are anything to go on, I know just where to start. Hey! Talking to the guy who warned me about Yuri seemed like it could give me a clue or two. The boy seemed surprised for a second before he adopts a neutral expression, throwing up a hand. Yo, Heiji. Hello. The conversation, if it could even be called that, stalls on the ground. He probably knows I'm suspicious. Now he's waiting for me to make the first move. I frown. Have you gotten any strange emails recently? He blinks, then shakes his head. Nothing out of the ordinary, my man? No, nothing out of the ordinary, my man. Finishing with a shrug, he plays it off so well. I doubt my first instincts that it was him. Doubts begin to creep up as I nod quietly, heading to my classroom. After all, there could always be others, and I was running essentially with blinkers on all sides. I could have missed something obvious. But who else has a following but him to swing this? Well, there goes half my day. I raised my head from my desk, having previously just been napping away the time. History's the next class, so I should get my stuff for that. Ugh. Yeah, I think it's that guy too, because he's the one that's been acting the weirdest. I decided to gather information in the afternoon. I'll be skipping going to the literature club, but I'd argue it's for a good cause. The back door of the classroom slides open, and he steps back inside, followed by a group of his cronies. I try not to be too judgmental. I'm failing. It wasn't all me, actually. Well, of course not, but didn't the guy get on your case? You told us he did, at least. He shrugs, the same dismissive, contemptuous shrug. I mean, I did try to warn him, didn't I? This is just a fun idea I had, Been a while since I've seen a good chain email go around. Yeah, that's true. Who knows? Maybe he's into that. A cutting fetish? What do they call that anyway? I think it's like blood play? Yeah, that. Wait. How do you know about that, huh? Another boy snorts. Probably was just going after someone with low self-esteem for an easy win. My blood boils over. Fuming, I stand up, stalking over to the huddled mass of boys. Only the blonde one, the one who started this mess, even bothers looking up. He looks at me, and his face shifts into some midpoint of confusion and humor. Yo, AG, how you holding up? I'm not going to listen any longer. So, then you punched him. The blonde guy snorts, folding his arms. He's got the principal on his side, which means anything I say is irrelevant. I did start it, though, so it's only to be expected. I'd punch his ass, too, man. I'm on board with him on that one. I nod quietly. More than once, I should add, according to eyewitnesses. It looked like you were trying to kill him. I frown, staring at the knot of his tie. I'm not apologizing. The stout principal sighs as he takes off his glasses, lacing his fingers together. I can't act about hearsay, but starting a fight is a serious offense. Oh, hearsay. I can't act about hearsay, but starting a fight is a serious offense. As for you... The principal looks at the boy and continues speaking. You may go. Have the nurse take a look at you if needed. I take some small satisfaction in seeing him wince as he tries to nod. It's childish, but I'll take what I can get. Heiji? Oh joy. I am giving you a 2-day suspension. You'll need to gather your things and call your family. I give a ragged sigh, nodding back. Yes, sir. And try to keep your temper in check for the next time. I bite the inside of my cheek, stifling a response. Instead, I turn on a heel and walk out. That went about as well as could be expected, really. I stare up from my bed. My phone has been buzzing nonstop for about 5 minutes. No doubt Sayori trying to check in. Texting in class? I should scold her. Oh, really? You should scold her. I appreciate the concern, but right now I just need quiet. I need to figure out how to handle this, because I've done something unbelievably stupid. I got so caught up in my own anger I lost sight of what my actual goal was. I mean, maybe, if I'm lucky, the fight I started will give them something else to gossip about. But if I know anything about the student body, it'll just get tacked on as extra material to the main story. Eventually, my phone stops buzzing. I turn over onto my side, curling into the sheets on the bed. Sunlight filters through my bedroom window as I drag myself out of bed. It's been 2 days, right? I check the calendar on my phone. Yep, the suspension is over. The gravity of the situation sets in as I will myself to stay awake. God, I actually got suspended. I never imagined. I really hurt someone. All because I checked my phone. Still nothing. Still no message from Yuri. Maybe I should say no. Right. Not anymore. I just don't know what to do. Where do I go from here? I've demolished my reputation at school. I got suspended. The other club members are probably afraid of me. And Yuri? Gah! The wall gains a new dent in it. I shake my clenched fist, recoiling from the pain. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I need to get to school. I don't have time for all this. I just want things to be fixed somehow. But for now, I need to go to school. I make it outside to see Sayori ready and waiting for me. It's comforting to see that some things never change, at least.
Good morning, Eiji.
Morning. I weakly wave and we start on our way to school like nothing had happened this week. It's the start of the day and I already feel exhausted. I consider asking Sayori about the state of the club, but I don't think I could brace myself for any sort of negative answer. Instead, for a while, I just trudge without a word. Sayori eventually breaks the silence in an attempt to lift the mood.
So, what's on your mind?
I purse my lips as I consider just how much I actually want to tell her. Right? What's on his mind? Gee, I don't know. Did you read that chain email, Sayori? What the hell do you think is on my mind? Nothing much. I lie through my teeth. It hurts to lie like this to Sayori, but worrying about Yuri and my whole situation nearly consumed me. Not to mention, it's all my fault anyway. Sayori shouldn't have to worry about me even more. Sayori gives me a quizzical look, no doubt seeing right through me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I consider what I'm doing. Sayori. She's already revealed to me some of her deepest struggles. She had much more substantial issues, and yet she chose to confess to me. Not that I was able to properly support her, and had to rely on Monica helping her instead. Damn it. I feel another pang of guilt, but I shake my head to try and refocus. If she can share that much with me, I can at least share my own worries. No, actually, I've been so anxious the past few days about Yuri and about myself after my outburst. I just don't know what to do, Sayori. Sayori frowns momentarily before returning to a softer, more comforting smile.
I won't beat yourself up over anything that happened, Heiji. Maybe we can figure out something at the club later. I'm sure everyone would be more than happy to help you out.
Right, the literature club. It's nice to know that that's still continuing, at least. Thank you, Sayori. That sounds nice. We're almost at school. Soon we'll have to part ways until the afternoon. We're here.
We're here already. Well, see you later, Eiji.
I wave goodbye to Sayori as we head to our respective classes. I wonder now where I'd be without a friend to walk to school with every day. But with Sayori gone, my thoughts return to worrying about Yuri. She hasn't responded to me in 2 days. Will she even talk to me at the literature club? What will I even say to her when we see each other again? I hadn't even thought about it. Am I just going to screw everything up again? I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I suppose I'll just have to make it through classes today. Time slowed to an excruciating crawl during classes, but the school day is finally over. I take some time outside the club room door to gather myself. I don't know how everything will go down seeing Yuri again, but it's time to find out. I enter the classroom and see several girls perking up at my return. Sayori, Monica, Natsuki. Where's Yuri? These are the first words I say upon my return to the literature club. I don't even give a chance for conversation. Everyone else, even Sayori, looks bewildered by my outburst. They all glance nervously between each other.
We thought you would know. She hasn't been here since your suspension. We assumed that you...
Monica trails off as she sees me in shock. I feel my stomach drop into a massive pit. It occurs to me that I had neglected to actually tell Sayori that Yuri and I haven't actually been communicating. I collapse into a desk and start to feel numb. Put my head in my hands. No one has heard from Yuri for 2 days. Is she okay? Where even is she? Is she... Meiji, snap out of it. I knew it was Natsuki. I look up, bewildered, to find out it was Natsuki of all people yelling at me.
Come on, man! You don't give up that easily!
I'm still too stunned by everything to form a proper response. Monica and Sayori keep quiet. Natsuki softens a bit.
Sorry. I probably shouldn't have shouted. I guess I've been anxious as well.
Natsuki takes a seat at a desk next to me. I just don't know what to do. I thought Yuri had at least been in contact with the club. I shake my head and pull out my phone, aimlessly navigating menus as I weigh my options. Do I try reaching out again, or...
No!
I'm caught off guard by Natsuki once again.
I don't think you should. Knowing Yuri, I think she's better left on her own for this sort of thing, at least for now.
Really?
Yeah, I know you're worried, but I don't think trying again to reach her would do anything good. It might stress her out even more, honestly.
I think about Yuri's habit of considering herself an inconvenience. Maybe Natsuki is right. But is it alright to basically just wait, do nothing, and leave it all on Yuri? Yeah. I put my phone back in my pocket. Yeah. You're right, Natsuki. Thanks. Natsuki gives a thumbs up.
Let's just wait a day and see if things change tomorrow. That sound good?
I'm not in agreement.
Great.
Monica takes the conversation, ending as her cue.
Okay, everyone. Perhaps a bit of an unconventional meeting, but I think it turned out fine for today.
Monica comes through with her unshakable leadership once again. But I can't help but wonder what will happen to the club's mood tomorrow if Yuri still isn't back.
Should we wrap up then?
Everyone nods in agreement, and we soon head our separate ways. I think I made the right choice, but I'm still anxious. It's never enjoyable to just wait. Please, Yuri, get back to me at some point. Whenever you're ready. I just hope that's soon. I just need to hold out until then. It's the next day. All the members of the literature club are present. Sans Yuri. A palpable heaviness hangs in the air. No one is in much of a mood to talk. I have still heard nothing from Yuri. From the looks of the others, none of them have either. Monica tries to dispel the crushing silence. She tries to put on her trademark smile and harmonious tone.
So, does anyone have any poems to share today?
Sayori shakes her head. Natsuki just stares at her desk with a scowl. Monica looks to me, but I certainly don't have anything to offer either. I can muster no effort to conceal the brooding worry on my face. The wind leaves Monica's sails.
I see.
The subsequent pause is short but heavy.
In that case, I suppose we should adjourn early today. Any objections?
Still, no one can find any words.
I guess that's all then. I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. If anyone needs anything, you're always welcome to talk to me.
With one last attempt at a comforting smile, Monica takes her leave. Sayori soon follows suit, unable to hide a worried glance towards me as she leaves. If anything, I appreciate how Monica tried her best to continue the club despite the atmosphere. but that can only do so much. Natsuki pulls me aside before I could leave as well.
Well?
Still nothing. Natsuki sighs.
Okay. If anything, I'm glad you didn't go after her. I think you made the right choice.
A growing doubt bears my response. Natsuki notices the hang-up.
Hey, I know it's hard, but you gotta have some faith, alright? She's come back on her own before. It sucks sometimes, but all we can do is wait. We've offered all we can, and now we have to respect how she handles things. Capiche?
But what if...
But what?
What if something happens to her? What if... Natsuki cuts me off with a pointed glare.
Heiji, do you love Yuri or not?
The question caught me off guard. Love? I certainly liked her, and I enjoyed the time we spent together. All the moments we shared between us. I just want her to be happy, and I want to do all I can to help that happen. I do love her. Natsuki breaks into a smile and teasingly swings at my shoulder.
There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now you can trust her with this, right? She's strong.
Yeah, I should. You're right. Thank you, Natsuki. Always the voice of reason. Always.
She's a friend of the whole club. We all care about her. Just hang in there and let us know when she comes back, alright?
I nod, feeling some of the weight of my worries fade away. Sure thing. Before I can start to head out, Natsuki stops me one last time.
If you make her cry like this again, I won't let you forget it, alright?
Was that threat serious? Dude, it's Natsuki. Listen. She follows through with threats.
Just kidding. I gotta head home now. See ya.
She smiles and waves at, she says that she's just joking, but I can tell. She smiles and waves at me as she exits the classroom, leaving me alone in the club room. Natsuki said she was kidding, but I certainly don't want to test it if she is or not. My mind drifts to Yuri once again. Some concern still lingers, but Natsuki has known Yuri longer than I have. I resolve myself to trust Yuri and pray that the wait isn't too much longer. As I take my leave of the classroom, I find Sayori by the exit of the school, evidently waiting for me. She gives a cheerful smile as I approach. You didn't have to...
Come on. We've always walked together. Why should today be any different?
I chuckle and give into a smile of my own. You're right. Thank you, Sayori. Really. Sayori beams her 1,000-watt grin as we start to head home. A cool afternoon breeze brings refreshment to me and Sayori as we amble down the familiar street. She hasn't said anything since we departed school, nor have I, but I get a sense that if I asked, she'd probably be happy to talk. I make a mental note to think of a way to properly thank her at some point. The whole club, really. At this point, with all that's happened, I don't know where I would be without them. We arrive home before too long. I face Sayori in front of our houses. Sayori, thank you for everything. Even though I blew my fuse and caused all this stress. Sayori maintains her ever-present smile.
Don't be too down on yourself, Heiji. We all have our low points, but we don't let them define us, right? You're still my best friend, Heiji. That won't change. This won't change that. I know you're still you. Take it from me. I know it can be hard to pick yourself up at times. Don't think you have to deal with this all yourself. Your friends are there for you.
Sayori, was she always like this? Or have I just been blind to her unwavering support after all that she's confided in me? Jeez. Understatement of the fucking year. I'm dead sometimes, aren't I? I don't think I can thank you enough, Sayori. The whole club, honestly. Sayori giggles.
That's what friends are for, isn't it? I'll be next door if you need someone to talk to.
I'll be sure to let you know if I do. We embrace and head our separate ways to our houses. I'm home earlier than normal, but it still feels like it was a long day. I collapse onto a couch and do little more than aimlessly lie down for an indeterminate amount of time. My thoughts drift once more over the whirlwind of the past several days. Was it really only that long since this all started? Yep, guess it was. It's Friday, right? Now I have the whole weekend to ponder. While in my slump, I replay all the advice and encouragement I've been given. The pain is still waiting. Oh, the plan is still waiting, right? I can do that. Have faith in Yuri. Here at home, I'm left alone to stew in my own thoughts. All the assurances from today only did so much to stave off my growing worry. A day with no response, sure, but more than that, is everything really okay? Is there something more I should be doing? Yuri, I said I loved her today. I really do, right? Damn it. I shouldn't have to prove this to myself. What am I thinking? I envisioned flashbacks of all of our time spent together as if on cue. Sharing our poems, the festival preparation, the festival itself, the bookshop, and then the breakup. Damn it. If only I could go back in time and fix things. If I had just talked to Yuri more about how she felt about everything. If I had controlled my temper better. I shake my head in frustration at myself. No, stop dwelling on what I could have done better. Just focus on what to do now. I attempt to change my train of thought. Whenever I was with Yuri, I felt at ease, seeing the way she carries herself. Maybe she doesn't see it, but I do. The way she blossoms whenever she talks about her passions. The way that, no matter what, she's stayed honest to herself. I imagine she could have given up on her interests. Collecting knives, that's something I'm sure not many girls do. She didn't give in. She's remained steadfast, and even shared it with me. If I were in her position, I don't know if I could have done the same. Yuri is unwavering in her loves and hobbies, despite the ridicule and rumors. Could I do something like that? Do I have that kind of strength? Maybe. Maybe someday. More and more I come to realize that I miss how things were. Being together, working together, even overcoming our boundaries together, with the hiccups that accompanied. Yuri was willing to separate from me because she wanted to preserve my reputation. It hurt, obviously, but she put my well-being before herself. In its own way, it was selfless. It was short-sighted, but I now realize the scope of the intent when if we get back together. I should tell her how much she means to me and all this properly. I'll set things right. I need to. Just whenever. Whenever we can talk next. My new resolve makes it even harder to just lounge around on the couch, but what else can I do right now? Why would she be silent for so long anyways? I know Natsuki said that Yuri could take care of herself, but for days? What is she even doing by herself? Reading would be my first guess. I feel my pulse quicken in realization. Knives. She has a knife collection. Oh god, how could I be so stupid? My phone buzzes. That actually scared me, damn it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Doki Doki Purist mod has officially jump scared me. Let's give him a round of applause there, shall we? A text. Who could? My heart skips a beat. It's Yuri. May I come over? At first, I'm not even sure I'm seeing things correctly. Is it really? I shake myself for any drowsiness just to make sure it really is a text from Yuri asking if she can visit. My fingers start shaking as I try to type out an answer. How do I even respond to this? I mean, of course I want to see her again, but just like this after days of... No. Stop overthinking it. Just... Yes. There. It's not long before a reply. Thank you. I'll be there soon. Soon, huh? It feels unreal. Did the past few days even happen? My shoulders slump as I realize how tense I had been. I can't help but laugh a little. Getting this worked up over a girl coming over. It's not even the first time. So, I just have to wait a bit longer, don't I? Before too long, the doorbell rings. Before I get to the door, I pinch myself just in case. No, I'm not dreaming. I pull open the door. Standing before me is Yuri. It's really her, unharmed. We fall into a mutual embrace. Seconds feel like hours. We reluctantly separate, knowing someone has to speak first. My mind is racing a mile a minute, trying to find some cohesive words. After the longest 2 days of my life, there's so much I want to say. We both stop and find ourselves smiling a little, after trying to start off at the same time. After a pause, I nod to Yuri as a gesture for her to speak first.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over after everything I've put you through.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. You okay, right? Yuri gives a quick reassuring nod.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to you.
Again, it's fine. I'm just glad to see you again. Yuri blushes and fidgets with her hair.
I'm glad. Would you like to go out together tomorrow?
Stop stammering, damn it. This is cool. Yes, of course. Where? Yuri tugs at her sleeve.
It might be kind of weird to you.
I'm sure it's a great place. Yeah, why do I get the feeling she's gonna say the cemetery? Just like in Blue Skies. I'm sure it's a great place. I called it! I fucking called it! I need a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, I just, sorry about that. I needed a little bit to just kind of process that whole laugh-a-thon there.
The graveyard in the park, this time tomorrow. Is that alright with you?
The graveyard, huh? Great place. That sounds great. Oh, this just gets better and better for him. I can't give a more fitting place to end a relationship. That's not what it says, but still, just... it's either a good spot to end a relationship or to kill someone. Depending on your mood. Yuri beams, easily the most welcome sight I've seen as of late.
Thank you. I promise. I'll tell you everything, alright?
I nod in agreement. It seems we both have a great deal we want to share. See you tomorrow. With one last embrace, Yuri turns to leave. She leaves me with one last assurance.
I'm doing better now, Heishi. Thank you for all your patience.
It's the least I owe you, Yuri. You're the one who deserves thanks for putting up with me. Yuri leaves me with her enchanting smile as she departs. I can feel a burden lifting from my shoulders. I guess I'll get my chance after all, no matter how tomorrow goes, as long as I can tell her what she's done for me. I think things will turn out alright. I arrive at the park and take a moment to reassure myself that this was all happening. It's a beautiful day outside, the park is tranquil. And nestled somewhere in the trees before me is Yuri, waiting for me in a small, secluded graveyard. I vaguely remember noticing the graveyard here on previous visits, but I had never imagined it would hold such significance now. Well, better not keep her waiting. A cooling breeze rustles the trees around me as I make my way to the graveyard, taking care not to disturb any of the graves. My mind is swirling with the prospects of the meeting before me. It will be the first time Yuri and I have gone to talk properly since we separated days ago. There's so much I want to tell her, so much I want to apologize for, so many things I want to fix. I sure hope. I just hope I could do better for both myself and for Yuri. I try and push the tempestuous thoughts back and focus on what's ahead. Before too long, I come upon Yuri right where we had planned to meet. Her tall figure is practically ethereal. I think that's how it's pronounced. Ethereal or something like that. With the scenery and soothing winds, she looks at peace, like she could contentedly fade into the landscape and stay here forever. Yuri lights up as she notices my approach. She addresses me as I stand with her among the headstones.
I hope this place is acceptable to you. I doubt many people would enjoy spending time in the graveyard.
Her trademark modesty helps set my mind at ease. It's a lovely spot. I don't mind at all.
Yes. I come here when I need a quiet spot. It's very pleasant for reading or thinking.
Just by standing here and taking in the surroundings, I am inclined to agree. I can imagine. Peaceful, secluded, even calming in a way. Perfect for contemplation.
And the dead are the only company that cannot judge you.
I'm struck by her poignant words. She is right, after all. It makes me wonder just how much she's had to put up with to come up with that.
Do you think it's worth it all then? To meet up together at a graveyard?
If I had been asked that question before meeting Yuri, I would probably have said yes. Now, however, it just feels right to be here. I don't think I could come up with a more fitting place for the wallflower Yuri. Not at all. I think this is a great place. And thank you for sharing this and inviting me here. It clearly means a lot to you. Yuri beams on my affirmation.
I'm glad. I haven't shared this place with many people. It means a lot to me as well that you think so highly of it.
Yuri pauses for a moment, looking contemplative. She takes a deep breath. Her eyes meet mine with a renewed vigor.
Eiji, thank you for coming here despite my lack of communication. Having you here today after everything that's happened, it reassures me.
I smile warmly in hopes of bolstering her confidence. Of course. How could I say no? And a pang of guilt flares again as I have trouble meeting Yuri's gaze. Don't say it like it's all your fault. If anything, I should be apologizing for poor communication. I should have...
Heiji?
Don't hurt me, Yuri. I'm just trying to ease your mind here a bit. The sound outburst startles me. I am unable to finish my statement, out of shock before Yuri follows up on her interjection.
Please.
Her expression softens in apology.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Since we met, you provided me with so much support, and I feel like I never properly reciprocated that support. You stood up for me like no one ever had before. Normally I just stuck my head at all the teasing and rumors, but You tried to put a stop to them. For my sake. I thought I could handle it all. For a long time, I've typically preferred the company of books to people. The pages that took me away to faraway lands or gripped me in thrilling stories.
Yuri's voice begins to shake.
The pages that don't call you a freak for having a knife collection as a girl. The pages that don't shun you for reading during all your free time.
Yuri?
When we started dating, it was a whole new experience for me. I had never been so close to someone before. I really enjoyed it, but I could not figure out how to express it. I'm sorry, Heiji. You deserved better. Someone who doesn't stumble over their words so much. Someone who won't get you caught up in bullying. Someone who can handle intimacy better.
The sight of Yuri deflating pains in my heart. If only she could see how much she's worth. I decisively grasp Yuri's hand with both of mine. She looks up at me, surprised. I find no resolve. Yuri, please don't apologize. Not once have I ever regretted spending time with you. Don't worry about the intimacy or reciprocity or anything like that. It's all new to me too. That's the kind of thing that we figure out together at our own pace. Whatever bumps and hiccups there are along the way, just being with you makes it rewarding. And there are things that I could certainly have done better as well. I'm sorry for trying to keep secrets from you. I thought that it would be best for you to never see nasty things like the chain email. But I see now that I was wrong, and that you're much stronger than I am.
But I...
Yuri takes on a somber expression.
I should show you something.
Before I can respond, Yuri begins rolling up her left sleeve. On her forearm lay a small assortment of short, white scars. Realization sets in. I feel a pit in my stomach form as I try and formulate coherent words. Are these? Yuri nods, her expression remaining pensive.
They started as an escape. When I was younger, I thought that if I could distract myself, the feeling of isolation would go away. The pain was an outlet.
The idea of desperation intense enough to drive Yuri to self-harm sent chills down my spine.
But it did not end there. It became more than a distraction. I have difficulty getting close to others. It was no different back then either. I would often find myself over-eager in sharing my interests when attempting to make friends. I do not blame others for being weirded out. Few shared an interest in my favorite books. I don't know if I ever even got to mention my knives, but I'm sure that would have creeped them out more. My destruction turned into a sort of punishment, a chastisement for my failures. I was sabotaging my own chances at friendships. I got overexcited. I shared too much too quickly. So I hurt myself more and more. Recompense. Excitement only brought me trouble. I was sure to ruin the situation at hand whenever I got overwhelmed.
My heart sinks as I realize there is still more to the story. Yuri casts her eyes aside.
I wanted to stop there. I really did. But something was nagging at me at all those times. It was small at first, a siren song, whispering to me that I needed more, that the blade should never leave my arm. I realized.
Yuri pauses to gather herself.
I realized that I got a certain high from cutting. I don't know how, but it took hold of me. Seeing my blood flow, feeling the cold steel go into my skin, all the while remembering my own failures.
I inwardly wince at the imagery, but I can't fault her for Yuri. Not now.
Now, whenever I find myself drawing particularly close to someone, or I'm reminded of how much I'm awkwardly fumbled, the urge grows. I hate it. and yet I depend on it. I feel powerless against it.
I recall her raccoon poem, and how when we worked on the festival decorations she had her sleeves rolled back. The grim pieces all start to fall into place.
I don't want to live like this, but I can't tear myself away. Even now,
Yuri's voice strains.
I'm just a freak, ending up like this.
My words fail me as I stand, stunned by Yuri's reveals. To think she had a past and present like this.
When some people see scars like these, they use them as another reason to belittle others. So I wear long sleeves all the time.
She takes a deep breath.
I haven't told anyone else about these scars. If you want to leave, I understand. They're unsightly after all.
Silence hangs in the air. I'm desperately trying to think of what to say, to offer, anything to Yuri. Here she is, revealing her past to me, and now is when I draw a blank. Not now, please. Anytime but now. Find the right words. Nothing. What? What is wrong with me? Yuri forces a weak smile.
Well, thank you for listening, Heiji. I'm sorry I have gotten you caught up in so many ugly things. I'll take my leave now.
She turns and starts to walk away. Is this how it ends? She just walks away? No. Screw that. I can't let it. Yuri, wait. I call out without knowing exactly what I'm going to say, but I'll figure something out. Say I already opened up about her problems with me, then I failed as a friend. I can't afford to fail another person dear to me. I finally work on setting things right with my words this time. Yuri turns back in surprise. Yuri, nothing you've told me makes me want to turn away, believe me. I admire you a lot, Yuri. I should have told you earlier. I try and imagine myself in your position, and I don't know if I can do what you do. Your confessions about your tendencies. I gulp as I gather the words appropriate for the gravity of the subject. I can't imagine that's easy to confess. And thank you for the trust you put in me. It means a lot to me. Beyond that, just seeing the way you do things, it just makes me like you that much more. In the face of harassment for your hobbies or your mannerisms, you haven't given up. You have kept your passions despite all that. You could have tried acting different or finding new interests, but you didn't. Do you remember the festival? I remember standing around like some kind of moron. It was you that asked me to hold your hand. You had the courage to approach me like that. That all is why I find encouragement from you. You have bravery that I don't. Yuri's voice begins to quiver.
Do you really mean all that? Even with...
She trails off. I draw a bit closer. I do. I love reading with you. I love sharing poetry with you. I love spending time with you. It makes me really happy seeing you enjoy yourself, you know? And hey, who cares what others think that you have a knife collection? I think it's really cool that you have one.
But why?
Why?
How do you enjoy my company so much?
I feel my heartbeat quicken. I know how I feel. Well, that's because I love you, Yuri. Tears begin to cloud Yuri's eyes.
But I
offer an embrace to Yuri. She accepts. And there's my thumbnail, everyone. Give me a second. It sounds like the tears are in full force. Hearing her cry like this is I'm having a hard time keeping my own composure, but I have to try.
Aren't I just a freak? I don't know if I deserve love like this.
Yuri, that's nonsense.
I'm an obsessive freak who harms herself because she has no other way to deal with her problems. I'm too weak to stop despite how badly I keep trying to. Not only that, but I don't know how to express myself to people without weirding them out. I broke up with you even though you were so nice to me. I didn't talk to you or anyone for days. How can you still love me after everything?
Hearing Yuri like this stings. The words from Natsuki and Sayori come back to me, now more than ever. I want to say the right thing. I don't quite know how I managed to articulate everything in this situation, but... Yuri, I just told you how, didn't I? We all have our highs. We all have our lows. The low points can feel awful, but they don't define us. They're just points. We work on making it past them. I realized that when you broke up with me, it was because you didn't want me getting hurt by association with you. But you don't have to do that, alright? Just being with you, it makes the words of any harasser meaningless. Please. It's okay to think of yourself at times. I know you can keep yourself going, but you don't have to bear it all yourself. I don't want to force support on you or anything, but I should have said this earlier, and I apologize. You've been there for me, and now it's my turn to be here for you. If you're feeling down or troubled, I'm here if you want someone to talk to, someone to lean on. Just whenever you feel like you need it, I'm here.
Eiji.
Yuri hugs me tighter, words come through the sobs.
Even though I harm myself, and I don't want to hurt myself anymore, or cause worry for others.
Hearing Yuri like this makes it hard to hold back my own tears. Yeah. Even then, and you know, that's why we have others, people we can rely on, right? I have my own problems too. I've lashed out at people, and I think it wouldn't hurt getting more direction in my life either. But we don't have to tackle everything today. We can help each other gradually. We can work together on these things, right? And beyond that, I'm sure there are others who would listen to us should we need it. We can go one day at a time. Yuri, if you'll still have me, I won't give up on you. If you need anyone, I want to be the support that I failed to offer before, because you've already helped me. I want to be there for you. A breeze blows. We stand there together in the silent moment only punctuated by the occasional sob.
Thank you, Eiji. Thank you.
I feel a wetness on my cheeks. At first I think it's from Yuri's tears, but nope. It's my own tears I feel rolling down my face. Here we are, two high schoolers crying over our emotions in a graveyard, trying to figure things out. I'm sure it's a great place. I bring an arm to my face in an attempt to wipe away my own tears when I'm surprised by an interruption.
It's alright to cry, Eiji. This is a moment that warrants such, is it not?
I smile at her logic and quietly agree between sobs. Thus we stand together for a moment longer. Eventually we regain our composure and break from the hug. For a moment, we just look at each other, mutually unsure of what to say next.
One day at a time. I like the sound of that.
Yuri wrings her wrists, seemingly unconsciously.
If we could be together again, like the way things were, that would make me really happy. And I promise I'll communicate with you more should something arise. And I'll stick to more proper applications of my knives. I don't think I'm ready to tell the rest of the club about it.
You don't have to if you don't want to. If I roll around the idea in my head a bit to ensure it sounds right. If needed, we can seek a professional. Is that alright? Yuri ponders for a few seconds before nodding in agreement.
Yes, that's alright.
I'll work on controlling myself better as well, and being a better listener. Yuri nods and smiles encouragingly. So, pick up where we left off then.
Yes. That sounds wonderful.
We stand once more. Even though we both agreed to it, it seems we weren't sure exactly how to pick things back up. We take a step closer, tentatively. And then another step. We're close. I can feel her breath on me. My heartbeat accelerates once again. We both lean in slightly Closer. Closer. What's gonna happen? I close my eyes in anticipation. Don't do this to me, game. Our lips gingerly... Oh, good. Our lips gingerly meet. It was only for a second, but it was like time had stopped for that 1 second. We had kissed. I leaned back, opened my eyes, and realized we're both grinning like idiots. Maybe things would be alright after all. Hey, Yuri? Thanks for inviting me out here. Yuri returns to her familiar, reserved demeanor.
Of course. It was my pleasure.
Yet again, we stand. No words appropriate for the occasion. It really is a beautiful day today. After a moment, Yuri offers me her hand. I oblige with much more confidence than I had the last time the situation arose.
Shall we be off, then?
Sure thing. We begin walking together out of the graveyard.
Oh, Heiji?
I pause for Yuri's inquiry. Uh-oh, the music stopped. What is it?
I appreciate how you stood up for me at school and all, but I just do not wish for another confrontation like that. Should that boy taunt us again, I would prefer a non-violent response is all. I think it would be better for us overall.
The thought alone of just seeing that smug mouth breather again irks me, but Yuri's right. Yeah, sure thing. If Yuri has things she's going to work on, then I should too. We match smiles at the reassurance and continue on our way out of the park. I'm sure we have a lot to figure out ahead of us. The first of which probably being getting the literature club back on track. But we can address that later. For now, we're content to just enjoy the moment. A short instance to catch our breath after all the turbulence. I'm optimistic now. I'm optimistic. Now, I think things really can work out after all. It's the first day back at school since Yuri and I had our graveyard rendezvous. The school day has ended, and for the first time in a while, every member of the literature club was present. It's a scene I had sorely missed. There was much celebration upon Yuri's return. A hole in the club was finally restored. And just like that, the club resumed its activities. It almost felt like nothing had really happened, like the past week was just an empty gap in time. Everything feels right again.
Thank you for sharing your poems, everyone. Another successful meeting for the Literature Club. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all prepare for tomorrow.
As usual, Monika's leadership keeps the club running smoothly. Natsuki and Sayori soon make their leave. I catch Natsuki's eye as she heads out. She nods and smiles at me, which I hope means, looks like you did alright. I'm about to ask Yuri if she wants to leave when I remember something I still want to know. Hey Monika. On the day of the festival, I recall that you basically set up me and Yuri. Monika taps her chin in a mock-thinking gesture.
Oh, did I now? I guess you could spin it like that. What, are you not happy about it?
No, don't get me wrong. I really appreciated it. I scratch my head. I just want to know why, I guess. Monika puts on her trademark grin without skipping a beat.
Well, we all need a little push for our friends once in a while, don't we?
I notice you're trying to hide a sheepish grin. Yeah, I guess we do. Thank you, Monika.
Don't mention it. I'm just always looking out for my club members. That's all.
Monika soon departs as well, leaving Yuri and I as the only ones remaining in the club room.
It's nice being back in the club.
Well, it sure is nice having you back. Everyone missed you. A frown of doubt flickers on Yuri's face.
I caused all sorts of worry, didn't I?
I put my hand on Yuri's shoulder. No one's going to hold a grudge against you, Yuri. Things happen, and everyone understands. Everyone understands you taking some time for yourself. We're all just glad to see you here again. Me especially. Yuri's smile is thankfully restored.
I'm fortunate to have such wonderful friends in my life, then.
And I'd say we're equally as lucky to have you.
Well, I must be the most fortunate to have a boyfriend like you.
Damn, she got me this time. I'm left grinning like an idiot without a response. Yuri laughs softly. She knows she's got the upper hand on me there. I make a mental note to myself to get her back at some point. For a moment, there is silence. It's not an awkward silence, but rather comfortable. Just a short time to appreciate each other's company. It's nice. Unfortunately, I figure that I need to break it at some point. Say, want to go to the bookstore later this week? I hear there are some new releases I think we both like.
I would love to. I'll let you know when I'm available.
I don't know if the novelty of going out with Yuri will ever wear off, but it's a nice feeling. Great, see you then. Our lips meet in a brief goodbye kiss. I bid Yuri farewell and begin to make my way out of the clubroom. Uh-oh. Suddenly I'm cut off by a fist banging on the open door, followed up by a student blocking the doorway. A pit forms in my stomach as I realize it's the blonde cretin that I punched before. If I never saw his face again, it would be too soon. Why is he here now? Sup, lover boy? I look back at Yuri. Her eyes widen in alarm, but she says nothing. I turn back to my harasser. I realize from some murmurs outside that he's probably brought some of his posse with him. What do you want? He snorts. Huh? What do I want indeed? Well, since you so lovingly gave me this gift last time, he points to a fading welt from where my punch landed. I just thought I'd return the favor in some way. I was already suspended while you got off scot-free for your email stunt. What more do you want? Well, I was just having a little harmless fun with my pals when you had to go and make it personal. He cracks his knuckles. Your little sucker punch got me good last time. Had to get the principal involved because you got the drop on me. But now? His face twists into a sneer. It could be just the two of us, mano and mano. You agree it'll be more fair if we're both ready from the start, yeah? Given the group outside the classroom, I'm doubtful of his claims that he'll live up to his word. Of course, if you don't want to face me properly, you could just go. I tilt my head while wearing a confused scowl. Come again? Yeah, you two love bugs are free to just waltz on out of here if you'd prefer. Of course, we got a hot new round of emails to send out. I can feel my blood begin to roil in anger. I clench my fists unconsciously. A blow to the head might knock it out of me, though. At this statement, another student steps behind him. I notice they're holding a phone in front of them, probably filming us. I bet the principal would love to see that, even. I'm even feeling charitable today. I'm even feeling charitable today. I might feel like giving up on the emails without a fight. If you beg and grovel on the ground in front of me anyway, then I might be so inclined to just forget this all happened. Wouldn't that be nice? He's got me backed into a corner here. His snide grin only grows wider as he sees me mentally wrestling with my options. I look back to Yuri again. She's shaking, eyes wide. I think back to what she asked of me this weekend. Use my words, huh? How effective would that be here, though? If we walk out, Yuri gets more ugly emails spread about her. I don't think I could bear to see more abuse aimed at her. If I fight this guy, he might finally shut up, but they're recording this. I can't imagine this would fly with the principal. They probably edit and remove all this guy's taunting, too, so I looked like the instigator. Hell, I got lucky last time. Could I even take this guy in a straight fight? He's around my size, but I'm sure if I beg, they'd film that and spread it around too. Damn it all, what do I do? Well, got something to say? Or would you rather let our fists do the talking? No. I won't let him get to me. Yuri's right. Not to mention, I told her I wouldn't snap again. I wish this bastard would just disappear, but I can't give him what he wants. I think I know what would really throw him for a loop. I take a deep breath and level my eyes with my harassers. Yeah. I'm sorry for hitting you like that before. It was wrong of me to attack you. Ha! I'll let you say that... Wait, what? I wave Yuri over. Come on, Yuri. These guys aren't worth our time. Let's go. I'm still angry, but I can't let these asshats see that. Yuri quickly nods and stands by my side. I take her hand in mine and make towards the classroom exit. The blonde boy is stunned and is having trouble forming proper sentences. You're really just... But... Huh? He visibly starts to lose his cool. That's it? That's really it, asshole? Well, I guess it is. Two of the boy's cronies try to block our way. What are you doing? Let me through. You realize I've got my own phone and have been recording this entire conversation, right? That was a bluff, of course, but it was such a gutsy move that they seemed to believe it and ran away without a word, hoping to not be associated with this, or at least didn't want to take any risks. You're bluffing it! You're bluffing, idiot! Stupid moron! His blustering sounds less and less composed. You really think so? I guess you want to keep digging that grave deeper, huh? It's not so hard to act tough when you're faking it. As it turns out, lucky for me, I suppose. I'll send down more emails! You said that, yeah. Even more than I had planned! You're gonna have to wade through so much shit that the rumors are going to follow you decades from now. This is gonna last forever, you moron! You want that? The boy tries one last time to block my way. It's over, dude. I don't even care about this anymore. Just stop trying to bother us and I'll stop bothering you. You. He deflates as he realizes his threats don't hold weight anymore. He offers little resistance as I motion him to step aside. Even he seems to be getting tired of this. This isn't over! Just you wait! Okay. That was interesting. Alright. I can't tell if I'm close to the good ending or not. But anyway, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new. Playlist to the link to the start of the playlist for this is in the description. And I will catch you guys tomorrow night for my scare stream. Have a good one.